Before I get into this video, I think it is best that I cancel my trip to the soap store because I got some new soap sent right with me right now. Probably all of you don't know what I'm talking about, but one of my mates, Lauren, has this soap store known as Bubble Bunny Soaps. She sells these very amazing soaps that come in very all different colors and really kind of have a very tie-dye effect of what I've seen, but they all just come in different colors and they smell very good. If you love scented soaps or candles, then this is one thing that you're gonna recently release some new soaps for spooky season, which I absolutely love. I think they smell great, and if you guys don't know, I love Halloween in my opinion, has one of the best color schemes in the world, and two colors I love together is green and purple, which is what are two of the colors mixed in, which is why I absolutely love this collection. Very cute shapes in as well, which is very, very nice if I do say so myself. If you guys want to check out her soaps, be sure to check them out at Bubble Bunny Soaps at Etsy.com, as well as that, check out her Instagram at Bubble Bunny Soaps at Instagram.com. If you go to her website and use the code WINTER, you will get 10% off your first order, which is a very awesome deal if I do say so myself. However, she only does ship to Canada and the US, so anyone that lives outside of Canada and the US, I'm sorry. Thank you so much, Lauren, for partnering with me in this video. This means very lot to this channel. And now, back to the show. Hello, fellow cosplayers, and welcome back to my channel. And welcome to the next episode of Scary Stories and Makeup with Aunty Winter, where I do my makeup or turn myself into a character while talking about either a true crime story, the paranormal, folklore, or reading a creepy story, or anything that has to do with the spooky and scary. So in today's video, I decided that you guys know that I cannot get through Halloween without doing a witch. I'm just feeling like witches rule Halloween. They are just amazing. So as you guys see by the title, I'm going to be turning myself into a very ugly, haggard type old creepy witch. Is kind of what really inspired this makeup today, while talking about the tragedy of the Salem witch trials. This video is mainly inspired by baileyserian. She of course has her murder mystery and makeup Monday series, and last year she did a video on the Salem witch trials. I'll put her link in the cards as well as in the description below. But before I get into this video, I would like to give you guys a trigger warning. There are topics that are going to be murder, genocide, and anti-feminism, as well as the brutality of the Salem witch trials. If any of those topics are of triggering to you, then I'd suggest that you not watch this video. But before I get into this video, be sure to subscribe as well as hit the notification bell. I will be releasing a lot of special effects makeup looks during the month of October. You can also find me on my TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. All those links will be listed in the description below. And enough with the chit chat, let's get into the video. Now, before the Salem witch trials started. Witch trials were not a new thing. For many, many years before them, thousands of witch trials took place around the world, and thousands of innocents were executed for it. But the Salem witch trials, for example, started in 1892. 1892 brought one of the coldest winters in Salem on record. And during February of that year, two girls known as Betty Paris and Abigail Williams became very sick. They started to develop a high fever, but their sickness got worse when they started to develop strange behavior, such as having very, very violent fits of rage, and was also apparently known to crawl around the house and bark like a dog. Now, when a doctor came to examine them, he didn't find anything medically wrong with the girls, but diagnosed them, saying that they were under quotation marks, dark magic. When news started to spread, many other girls started to have the same symptoms as Abby and Betty. And then mass hysteria started to spread over the people of Salem. And people started to get accused, preferably women, of witchcraft. 3 women who were one of the first to be accused was Sarah Good, who was poor and at the time pregnant. Tituba, who was a slave for Betty Paris's family, and Sarah Osborne, who didn't attend church and was suing the family of one of her accusers, and they were all arrested on February 29th by the authorities of Salem. When Osborne was tried, she insisted that she was innocent to the judge, but they didn't believe her, like most women, and later died in prison. Tituba, on the other hand, also did insist that she was innocent at first, but then later confessed to practicing witchcraft in saying that Osborne and Good forced her to. Good's husband testified against her in court, saying that she was a witch and would be one very soon. Her 4-year-old daughter was then arrested and later testified against her mom. Shortly after Good gave birth, her baby died, and she was then convicted and publicly hanged. Tituba, on the other hand, was held in prison until May and was then released. But these 3 women were the first of many to be accused of witchcraft in the village of Salem. As the year went on, more and more accusations of witchcraft popped up every single week, and more people have been arrested out of belief of the supernatural and the fear that people known as witches were people that were given power supplied by the devil in order to wreak havoc on the community. People that are violations against nature and that will kill all of their children. People, preferably women, were accused of witchcraft for very simple things, all the way down to what they believe in how they look or a way they dress. For example, another one of the first women to be accused of witchcraft was, I think her name was Bridget Bishop, but she was accused of witchcraft due to the fact that she wore very strange clothing and was eventually tried and executed by public hanging. Some other reasons why people would be accused of witchcraft would be women that were very independent and self-educated. If you had anything such as warts or a crooked nose, very wrinkled face, so example, men or women who had a lot of like wrinkles on their face, someone who had like an arched back or limped would also be considered a witch and that's what led to the common stereotypes of a witch, basically. Had a more higher chance of being accused of witchcraft if you were 40 years or older, so an age difference, so your age also depended on it, and if you were older, you would most likely to be accused of witchcraft. Other ways that people would be accused of witchcraft: if you talk to yourself, women who had no children, or if you own a black cat, and the list would go on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Another popular case was a case where a man who I think was either accused or defending his wife who was accused was apparently tortured by rocks being dropped on him, and his last words being, quote, "more weight." It was also said that the court preferred that you would confess to the crime than insist you're innocent, as the Catholic Church recommended that people were to confess than to insist they're innocent. Now, many of the jurors in the trials were also relatives of the accusers, which made things a lot harder. Any judges that defended anyone that was accused were held with suspicion of being witches themselves. Spring of 1693, 14 women were executed, 6 men were executed, and more than 100 people were imprisoned for witchcraft. During this time, paranoia started to spread to neighboring communities. However, the trials stopped when the governor of Massachusetts' wife was accused. Because of this, the governor of Massachusetts suspended the trials, and arrests stopped, sentences were suspended, and executions stopped. To this day, no one knows what happened to the girls or what was coming over them. And the Salem witch trials remain a cautionary tale of what happens when people abuse their power to instill fear on the community.
And that completes my video for today, my pretties. I hope you guys enjoyed learning about the truth of Salem. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Like this video if you are a fellow witch yourself. Comment below any other things or creatures or spells you would like me to cast, or creatures you would like me to turn into, or stories about the dark that you would like me to unravel. All of the ingredients to this potion will be listed in the description below. And if you want to recreate any of these spells, be sure to tag me in them. And if you don't, well, then you, my friend, will turn into a frog.